Hey everyone, it's Lisa here with L&J's Handmade Creations, and I was just sitting down here to see what I could come up with on making one more Halloween wreath for my supply, and I was wanting a wider base. And so what I got to thinking is I have this 18-inch frame. I've got quite a few of these because I found these on sale, and then I have this 14-inch frame here. And I think I'm just going to connect it together, and I think that'll give me my wider base that I want for this wreath. So all I'm going to do is, I think I'm just going to take my zip ties here and connect these bars here together. I slid it from, it fits perfect almost if you go from the underneath the bottom, and it shouldn't take much to hold these together here. And I know all the brackets don't line up, but the ones it does, I want to put a zip tie there and one over here on this one to keep it from turning. I'm going to do this one on the opposite side so it doesn't spin. I may put two there to keep it from spinning. Well, if I can get my zip tie on there right, put it upside down. Just like that. Do one more this way. Like I said, it shouldn't take too much to hold this together. That one over here too. Make sure it's not stuck and it's all in there right. Okay, there we have it. That's not moving, and I think that's going to be nice and secure how I want it to be done. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using this checkered mesh and also some black. That's what I'm going to be working with. I also have all these cute ribbons here that I like, and then I have the sign here that matches my pumpkin ribbon. And then the next thing I want to do is get my back ready here for my wreath. I have this black felt here. Now you can get this at just about any craft store, Amazon. You can buy it by the yards in the craft store, by sheets, packages. They didn't have the yardage at my store up here, so I got several of these here. This felt, this is 35.5 by 35.5 inches, so it's a nice big piece. For I think it was $3.49, but it was on sale for the discount that they do up there for the 40% off. So that wasn't a bad price to get this nice big piece of felt. I'm just going to turn it over here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut around the outer edge here and the inner edge. So I'm going to cut that circle there out too. That way I'll have a piece of felt that will cover the whole wide back there that I'm wanting. So I'm going to pause for just a moment, do that, and I will be right back. Okay, so here's my circle. When I get ready to put it on the back, I will punch some holes around it on the inside and the out, and I will secure it to the back of my form when everything's ready to go. So this will make the back nice and keep anything like the any type of wires or zip ties or anything from scratching the customer's door. I had this little piece here left. I'll hang on to that too because I have some small wreath forms that this would work great on too. So I never throw my scraps of my felt away, never. I use them constantly. So I'm going to lay this here to the side. Okay. Now I'm going to be working with a, I think I'm going to be doing a bubble style on this one. And bubble style is a really easy one to do. Let me get these here going. Try to run them both together, because I want this to be nice and full. I'm just going to stack them on top of each other here. And then to do a bubble wreath, it's really easy. I'm just going to gather this here at this end. Just try to keep it as straight as possible. I know the end may be a little jaggedy, but that's not going to matter on this. We're going to trim it off here in just a moment. And I'm going to start here on this outer frame in the center center bar. Let me just get me some zip ties here. Alright, and I am just going to put it across the bar here like this right here, so it'll hold it and keep it from sliding back and forth. And I'm just going to tuck that down in there just a little bit. Get my zip tie gun here. Tighten that down. I don't want it going anywhere. And like I said, we're going to trim this off a little bit. And then I'm going to set my, I want to keep this where you can see it. I'm going to put this little part right here on 10. We're going to gather up 10 inches in our hand. Okay. And my 10 inches is going to be right here on the inside of my hand. So I'm just going to push it forward, grab another zip tie, and I'm going to zip tie this down. Now this is also could be a lot easier and quicker if you used some pipe cleaners or Chanel stems, whatever you want to call them. And you can just twist them, but I just like how it's the neatness of the zip ties. It keeps it nicer. Okay, now when this is done, we're going to separate these two. We're going to pull them. So I just want that scrunched up there. And I'm going to keep going here, unroll some more. Set that mark on the 10 and pull it out to the inside of my fist there. Do the same thing again. Okay. Push that up. I'll do it one more time and then I'll stop and I'll do the full round, then I'll show you how to do what's called going upstairs. Okay. One more. Now I'm staying on the same bar here because I want it to be full, and I'm going to do another row, possibly two, toward the center there. Alright, let's push that one up. Okay. Oh, I know I said I was going to do one more and stop right there, but I'm going to go ahead and do this one too. Push that one forward. I'm going for 3 bubbles in the center and 1 on each bar there. Okay. That gives me 3 there in that center. I like my zip tie gun, but every so often it just don't cut it all the way down like I like for it to. Alright, I'm going to push that one forward. And this one is going to be on the bar. So, or the bracket, I'm sorry. Be on the bracket. Gotta get me some bigger black ones. These are my little 4-inch ones, and I'm out of the bigger black ones, so my hand sometimes does not want to work these zip ties right. Okay, so I'm going to continue this around, and I will hop back on when I'm ready to go upstairs. Okay, so I've got all the way around my first round. So going what they call the going upstairs, you just take and grab your mesh, make sure you got it bundled up real good, and we're just going to simply hop right up here to the next level. I'm going not the furthest one in, but the next to the furthest one is where I'm going to do this one. Going to hop right up there. Finally. Okay. Alright. So I'm going to continue doing the same thing on around. But what I'm going to do on this one, I'm going to do less bubbles in each section. And I think I'm going to reduce the size by 1 inch. I want to try to make sure I have enough of this. It's my last row of this one, so I'm going to go down to 9" instead of 10 for the inner bubble. Maybe if I can get it to untangle here. There we go. Alright, right there where I started this, I'm going to scoot it over here. I'm just going to do 9" instead. And like I said, I think I'm just going to do like the one here to start, and then I'm going to do one in the center and then another one on the bracket, because it's going to be really full when I get done with it, and I think that'll be suffice there. So I'm going to go all the way around and I'll be right back. Okay, so now we have this, all of our bubbles made, and the next step is just, oh, I also want to point out real quick, these bubbles here in the center, I ended up reducing these down to 7 inches, so I would have enough to go all the way around, and I think that is still going to be plenty. So what we're going to do here is we're going to grab the inside of the bubble, which is the black. Let me get that. I don't want to make a fray. Okay, we're going to pull the black this way. Bubble out just like that, and then we're going to do the opposite on this bubble. Okay, so we're just going to be pulling them opposite, like here's the black and there's the orange, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to go all the way around it doing that. The bigger bubbles, of course, is going to be easier to do, but my suggestion, like if you've got the black here, to start one where the black is on the outside here. So coat of it. Makes it a lot easier. And this type of mesh sticks together right here real bad. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue going around just like that, get all my bubbles separated, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have all my bubbles fluffed, and just know that you're not going to, the bubbles is not supposed to look perfect. You want them to be fluffy and imperfect. I mean, there's nothing else in this world that's perfect but one thing, and this wreath is not going to be it, because these bubbles are supposed to be like that, just all everywhere. So I love how full it is. I mean, it looks so pretty. Now, before I started even making this wreath, I had my sign ready, this sign here, and I took a piece of felt and a pipe cleaner, and I hot glued it to the back so it's good and secure on there. So now I'm just going to look and see if there's a section that doesn't look as full as the other, which I'm not quite seeing one. I think it's all about the same right this moment, but maybe right there. I'm going to put my sign. I'll go ahead and put that on first, so I know exactly where I want to start putting stuff and my ribbons and all. Should work. And I just attached it back here like that, and then what was left I just folded it under. So okay, now I think I'm going to incorporate some of my ribbons into it, and I'm going to set this over here to the side for now. And get my ribbons out. All this ribbon here that I'm opening now, this all came from Craft Outlet. I buy mesh there, signs, ribbons, you can buy florals. You can also get all this stuff at Hobby Lobby, or not Hobby, I'm sorry, Unique in the Creek, and there's a few others out there that has the same kind of ribbon. But I think since it's so fluffy, I'm gonna let me show y'all this. For anyone that doesn't know, this is called a Measure Buddy. I love this thing. Lori at Unique in the Creek, she designed this, and it's made to where you can cut more ribbon at one time. And this side is number 1, and it goes all the way up to 14 inches. This side says number 2 here, and it goes all the way up to 20 inches. So if you want to have 20-piece ribbons, you've got it right there to where you can just wrap it around more than once and cut it all at the same time. But in this instance, I think I am going to go with 14-inch ribbons. And I'm going to slide my ribbon right in here. Not sure how many of these I'm going to need right now, so I'm not going to do a whole bunch of them until I see where I want them. So it's 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's start with 6 of these. Cut it right here. And then around this end, so I'm pop that in so that I can pull it out of the slot. Make sure it's all even here. And I'm just going to go ahead, you can either cut it in half or go ahead and make your dovetails, which that's what I'm going to do. Just make my dovetails here. You have to hold it real good though when you have very many of them on there. Okay, now I'm going to turn and do this side too. And there's all mine already dovetailed for those 6. I mean, this thing is just, it's great. I love it. Okay, let me pull that back out to 14. And I think I'm going to use some of this one as well. Give me 2 of the bigger sizes and 2 of the smaller ones. Get this one off here. Okay. 6 here of this one too. 6. Okay. Hold this. Some of the ribbon that's a little bit thicker, it's hard to do this with. That's why I don't want to try to do this more than 6 at a time, but I also don't know how many I need, so. Okay, there's that 6. And you can do the same thing with it if you don't have a measure buddy. But I will put it in the link where I got it from. It's Unique in the Creek. Lori up there is the one that designed it. Okay. 6. Actually, I think I'm just going to do some black and white striped to mix these up like this, and I think that will go good with it. So I'll get these cut and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to take one of the big ones and one of the, this is 2.5 inch and one of the 1.5 inch here. Okay, I am going to just try to get this scoot over here. I can see good. I'm going to lay this, the 1.5 inch across the top of the 2.5 inch, and then I'm just going to go to my middle mark here, and I'm going to gather it right at the center, just like this. I'm going to fold it in half. And I took, for this, I'm going to use some chenille stems. You can just take one, cut it in half. One of them, a half of one is more than plenty. And I'm putting it right in the center, and I'm going to twist it here. Just like that. And now I'm going to find, just going to space these out, rotated throughout my wreath here. Just find a good spot right here to tie it to one of them bars. And this we can tie it pretty snug. And then just tuck your tail of it up in there so it doesn't stick out or anything. And that's what we're going to do. And then the next one, I'm going to take one of these 2.5 ones and this 1.5 inch. I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to put this on the bottom side of this one. And then gather up the center. So when I fold this one up, the bigger one's going to be on the inside. Just like that. And take me another top cleaner here and that's how it's looking right here on the back. You just put it all along there. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to rotate my ribbons back and forth here in this all around the wreath, and as soon as I get those put in, and I'll be right back. Okay, I think that's enough of the ribbons for now through it. Okay, sorry about that. I am going to make a bow to go on there that I was talking about, and I think I'm going to start with this one on the back. Let me get that. Okay, with it being directional, I'm going to have to do these in pieces. So I made my tail, and then I done a 5-inch loop, and then I cut it, and I'm going to gather it right back here where the center part's going to be, just like this. Okay, now I'm going to do the exact same thing, but I'm going to do it backwards. So I'm going to do my 5-inch loop here. Go just a little bit past it because I need enough to gather into the thing. About, that should be enough right there. Okay, gather that right there. And I'll measure my tail, 10-inch tail. I'm gonna cut it right there. Okay, put that in there this direction. I'm just going to do this, repeat this one more time because I want to have a nice full bow there. So we're going to do 10-inch tail. And then a 5-inch loop. Okay. That right there. The only bad thing about directional is that you have to do other means to be able to make it work. Okay, a 5-inch loop and my 10-inch tail. Okay, that's that one. Now I want to use this one. And I don't think it's a big deal for the pumpkins being all different directions. So I'm going to go ahead and do a 10-inch tail on this one too. But this one I'm going to twist. And I'm going to do the same size loop. Alright, and then I'm going to twist toward me. First time is away, second time is toward. That was just a little bit off. I had to redo it. Okay. Another 5-inch. Twist it away. Okay. Toward me. Gather this one in the center here. Okay, we don't need to twist that one because the tail, that was the last loop I'm making. But I want to make sure I've got these even. That one's not even, sorry. Okay. Cut my tail. Alright, let's see. Use this one. Shorten the tails on this one here. Just, I'm going to go down to about an inch less. I'm going to do a 9-inch here. Twist it away. And then the loop, I'm going to also shorten it about an inch. Go to 4-inch. If y'all hear that noise, I have a box sitting over here on beside my table that some product came in, and my cat just absolutely loves that box, and she's in it playing, so I hope it's not too loud. Okay. One more ribbon, and that was my black and white one here. And I'm still going to keep this about 9-inch. Okay, twist. Okay. Let me grab a zip tie. Because we want to make sure that center right there, where those pieces that we cut, is all grabbed together. Okay. get it started, and then I can pull it out of here because I don't want to lose everything. Just like that. I want to grab me a pot cleaner to put the back of this to tie it on. I'm going to tighten it down just a little bit. I don't want it real tight just yet because I want to make sure I don't need to move anything around, adjust it. Make sure I've got it all. The twists is all neat, and the ones that I had to cut's all caught in there real good. Tighten it down real good here. I'm going to go ahead and put it on, and I'll fluff it on there. That way I don't have to worry about turning it upside down and squashing it. And I would totally decided against putting any pumpkins on there because it just didn't look right. Not for this wreath, so I'll use them for something else. You know, before I put that on there, let me get a little piece of ribbon. Where to put my scissors. I'm going to put it around the center here. If y'all can see me, I'm just going to cut the wire off this. Just like that. Fold it. So I want to cover the zip tie. Okay, I'm just going to put it around the center. I'm going to tie it. A little knot in it. Okay. Turn this off. See? It's pretty center. Now then I'm going to put it on here. Let me move this one right here because it's actually, I like my ribbon to go up just a tad bit higher than where I can. So I'll put this back in a different location. I might actually add some more too when I got the bow in and I look at it good. Tighten it down. here on the back. I'm just going to wrap this around the inner wire there. Okay. Tails pulled down here. I will dovetail them also in just a moment. And like I said, I will fluff it some more when I have it hanging up so I can see it even better. But I'm going to go ahead and do my tails. I'm going to start with the back ones. Just make a dovetail. Do these. And last one here. Like I said, I've still got to put the felt backing on, so I definitely will have to fluff this some more. But I think it's really cute like that. I'm going to put that one ribbon back in a location, probably down here. This looks like it might need. Okay, so I actually, I got this here and I was looking at it. I actually think I want to add some of these cute little pumpkins that I do have. These are different pumpkins than what I had. I forgot about having these actually, and I believe this is what I'm going to try to incorporate into it. I just cut them apart so I can spread them out, and I'm just going to work it in here because it's got wire on it. I should be able to wire this around the frame. Just wrapping the end of it around the frame, and then I'm putting a zip tie across that end to help hold it still. Great big. Just like that. I think that's going to turn out really cute doing that. So I'm going to pause right here. I'm going to finish putting them in and I will be right back. Okay, so here's the finished product. I went ahead and got those pumpkins in there, and I think those look really, really cute. It matches the sign. I'm glad I remembered I had them after that. So got that done, and the pretty bow in there all fluffed out, and I got the backing on it. And it's all good to go. Thank everyone for watching. I appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate that. For those that already have, I'm grateful as well. So thank you so much. I hope everyone has a wonderful day.